After graduating from KCAD, my thesis show got invited to be at the Gram for ArtPrize that year. I've always loved the Gram. I think it's a really beautiful space. I felt very honored that they wanted to have my photographs in there. My background is in fine art photography. That's what I got my degree in. So it's a bit unusual for me to dive into a more sculptural, multimedia realm. It's ArtPrize 2021. We're at the site of my ArtPrize piece at a Novelin Park in downtown Grand Rapids. And the title of my piece is Project Unity, 10 Miles of Track in One Day. When I went to school, I kind of bounced around a lot because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew that my main thing was photography. That felt right to me. I saw everything so photographically, in my mind. And I was like, well, if this is the way that I see things, then maybe I should pursue further education about it so that I can be able to describe to people an image that's in my mind, which I think that being able to do that really comes through formal education. And it's a super necessary skill if you are a visual artist who is in a position of command in terms of a team. So it all comes back to articulation, articulation, articulation. Most projects, I would say, it starts with a conceptual statement for me. So for this one specifically, I came from a viewpoint of just my perspective, but from my perspective looking at my friends and my mentors and my colleagues and my family and just everybody. I have a lot of people in my life who stand on, I guess opposite ends of a lot of issues. There are a lot of times where I often feel in the middle, and I wanted to kind of channel that into this project. From there, I leapt into a visual sphere and I landed on a shape, which was a circle. I got an image in my head of how I wanted this to look, and then I just sketched it out right there, and then I built the whole proposal around that. For me, some of the most significant people who have offered their time and that we work really well together is just through sheer luck. But luck in the sense of once you meet one person and then you know that you work really well with them, then it's likely that you'll be able to work well with their network. It's curated luck. It's probably the best way I could describe that. I've been very fortunate in that I've been able to do some fairly large-scale projects in the 5 years that I've been out of school, working on really large personal projects like this to pretty significant commissions from companies or corporations. And I owe that all to my mentors and connections at KCAD who helped facilitate those. Having gone through a formal education at KCAD and then also working in the field for myself and also for employers, I think that I've been able to draw learning experiences from all of them to ultimately influence the process that I'm at now. The most accurate title for me in terms of what career I'm looking for is probably a creative producer. That is what I love so much. It's just working with a team of people, brainstorming, coming up with a plan, and then seeing it actualized. That is phenomenal. I just want to make people stop and think. That's my artistic goal. However it happens, whether it's in the fine art or commercial sphere, I'm not really that picky.